What is going on, my YouTube family? Welcome back to another video on this channel, and today we're gonna be cooking something great, something good, and something that you can meal prep with to help you lose weight and to help you lose some body fat. Okay, so today we got the main entree. We got a tomahawk beef ribeye. Okay, now this is gonna be really flavorful. We're gonna cook it and we're gonna slow cook it inside this crock pot. Now, most of y'all probably just throw this on the grill, but there's also multiple ways to cook a beef tomahawk ribeye steak. And one of the ways that I wanna try to cook it with y'all today is here in this crock pot. I'm excited how this is gonna turn out. You know, I've made roast beef in the past. I've made a shoulder roast, I made a chuck roast. So this shouldn't be any different. The only problem we might have is I think I'm going to need to cut off the bone, and that's gonna be very interesting. So I wanted to bring y'all along with me today to show y'all how I'm gonna prep this and how I'm gonna slow cook it. That way we can get the most flavor out of it. And we're also gonna pair it up with some nice veggies, and I'm not sure, maybe some potatoes, maybe something else in the back, I don't know. But for right now, we're gonna focus on cooking this steak because, like I said, it's gonna be in the slow cooker. We're probably gonna go about 4 to 6 hours. I'm not sure, but yeah, let's get to it. I know cutting this is gonna be probably a little difficult, so let's start it off. Okay, so we're gonna start by opening this pack up. Now, it's been kind of thawed out. It's not frozen, or at least it shouldn't be. But we're gonna see. Oh yeah, nice and thick. Look at that, guys. Okay, so we're gonna start by laying it on there. Before we season it up, before we do anything, I wanna make sure that it's gonna fit inside this crock pot, so. The bone is just a little too long. What a shame, what a shame. I mean, I could squeeze it in there, but I would want it to cook fully, you know, all the way around. So I think I'm gonna have to cut this off the bone. But that's not a problem. That's not a problem. We're still gonna get some awesome flavor and some awesome taste. So let's just cut it off the bone. We're gonna try to cut as much meat as we can with it. There we go. We cut it off the bone. And now we're left with this beautiful, thick ribeye steak. I don't know if y'all can tell. Look at that. Look, it's almost as big as my head, bro. And it's about 2 to 3 inches thick. I don't know. It's pretty thick. And the next part from here is we're gonna go ahead and season this bad boy up. Maybe with some butter, salt and pepper. Y'all know I like to stick to the simple seasonings here on this channel. Before we season it up, I wanna put some of this ghee on here. This is gonna be like kinda act as a binder. So, you know, it's just butter. So clarified butter. This has a higher smoking point than regular butter, so this will be great. And I think we're just gonna coat it up. I've never done this, and I like experimenting with y'all and showing y'all how it's gonna come out, giving y'all my honest and raw opinion. Let me know how y'all think this is gonna come out. Honestly, it smells yummy. Okay, we got one side, and I don't think I'm gonna coat the sides with the butter because I don't know if you can tell, but the sides already contain a lot of fat. This white stuff, that's all fat. Okay, so I'm mainly just trying to get the meat that's on top. All right, I only have this Malden sea salt flakes, so these are kind of thick sea salt flakes that are gonna be on there. I don't have no fine grain, I guess, I don't know how you would call it, fine sea salt, but these are gonna be pretty thick, so I'm just gonna season the top with it. You wanna be generous with this type of meat, guys, because it's pretty thick. There's gonna be a lot of flavor in there. Do one side with salt, and we're just gonna be going with some regular ground pepper. Be generous with it. Don't be shy, give it some flavor. Your food likes flavor. And you got yourself a nice and seasoned ribeye tomahawk right here. Man, this is getting slippery just holding in that. And once you got this, then you can throw it in there. Okay, go ahead and feel free to toss it in there. And we're also gonna add some extra moisture to this slow cooker just because we don't want it to dry up, right? We don't want our meat to be all dry. We want it to have some good flavor. So we're gonna add, I think, about 1 cup of water to this slow cooker. So this is a little bit more than 1 cup. So you put as much water as you feel is necessary. It filled it up to about 1/4 of the way. Honestly, I think I might need a little bit more. So let's go with, so we're gonna go with another 1/2 cup. So 1.5 cups going into the slow cooker along with the Tomahawk. Now, another thing that I wanted to add into here, but unfortunately I do not have, next time we can try though, is some beef bone broth. I would like to use that instead of water, but water is great also, okay? And you might want to save this. This is a good piece right here. You can throw this in the oven maybe. You can cook this because there's still quite a bit of meat on it. I'm not sure if I should take it off and throw it in there. We'll save that. But feel free to do whatever you want with a bone. But yeah, once you got your meat in there, now it's time to throw the other ingredients inside. I got some other great ingredients that are gonna be going inside this crock pot with this beef ribeye. So the other ingredients that we're gonna be throwing into this slow cooker is gonna be some squash, and we're even gonna throw in some carrots just for some extra veggies. Now, this part is totally optional. You don't have to go this route. You don't have to put any sort of veggies inside the slow cooker, but I'm going to, just so I can make the meal a little bit more full, you know, and I can meal prep with this throughout the week. So if you want some veggies to cook, you know, you can throw these in there. They'll slow cook along with the meat, and honestly, it'll taste amazing, okay? This will have plenty of flavor once it's mixed in with all the fats and all the flavor of the meat. So let's get to it. I'm gonna start off by washing these first because I don't know where they've been. All right guys, so we got 5 clean carrots washed up. It's totally optional. You don't have to add this many veggies. I happen to like carrots, so we're gonna throw some carrots in there. And I think that once this is done, I think we would have a good meal. You know, we can just throw this on some rice. We can throw this, you know, with some boiled eggs. You can make this, you know, your own favorite way, and you can pair it because you already got your protein. You already got your veggies. Now you can add whatever you like to it. You can add some extra carbs. You can add some extra fat and protein. Sorry, these carrots are pretty thick. So I think 5 will be plenty. And honestly, this is probably my favorite part of the week, is just bringing y'all along and showing y'all, you know, what I'm eating on a week-to-week basis, because it gives me a sense that I'm not being stingy and I'm showing other people, you know, what I eat to stay in shape and to become healthier. And obviously, you know, the gym and exercise plays a big role, but nutrition is 80% of the work, okay? If you don't got your nutrition in line, you won't see the results. That's just what it comes down to. I encourage you to get inside the gym and also, you know, eat healthy and eat some good food. And I know it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. I know it can be challenging, and I know we can hit roadblocks, but at the end of the day, you know, our life depends on it. So at the end of the day, don't feel overwhelmed. You know, kind of just go with the flow, but also make time for it. Make time for it. Results are not going to happen overnight. And the more days that you can stack up, you prepping your meals, you cooking, you eating some good food, and fueling your body the right way, that's when you'll see some good results. Okay, now we are just about 6 or 7 hours into it, and honestly, my apartment smells amazing. Due to this crock pot, you know, everything is getting cooked. That beef tomahawk is so tender, and it's really covered in a lot of fat. So that's what makes it smell good. That's what makes it taste good. I'm gonna go ahead and boil some potatoes, okay? Now, like I said, you can mix and match your favorite sides with this beef roast. You can do it on some white rice. You could do it with some broccoli. You know, you can do it with some potatoes like I'm about to do. Choose a healthy source of carbs. We did put carrots in it, and we did put some squash just to give it some more veggies. And I'm excited to try it. Okay, so we're gonna boil some potatoes right now, just so we can have on the side, and just so we can make a healthy meal prep with y'all. Okay, now we are going with some gold potatoes. Now I like using these over the brown ones, just because I feel like they have a little bit more flavor. They're a little bit more soft, and they're a little bit more easier to cook with. So these are the yellow potatoes that we're gonna put to a boil and kind of get it smashed all together before we throw some of that tomahawk beef on there. We're gonna go with 6 potatoes if we can fit them in there. No, that's 5. 5 potatoes. 5 potatoes going to boil. All right, here we go. Now after a good 7 to 8 hours after your tomahawk ribeye has been cooking inside of this crock pot, then it's time to just smell that beef, smell that flavor, smell all those veggies and the carrots. Now this type of meal right here, this is something that you can eat once a day and be full for hours to go, okay? Now if you're someone who likes to eat, you know, just 1 meal a day, you're that type of person, 1 in the morning and then you're good for the rest of the day, or 1 at night and you're good, then this is one of those meals that's gonna help you lose the body fat and help you stay full. Okay, it has a lot of fat on it. I understand that, and fat is high in calories, but this is the good fat that you want from the animal, okay? This is not the artificial and the fake crap that they make out of a lab. This is real fat. This is real fat, like I said, that's gonna keep you full for long, and honestly just give you all the nutrients and all the vitamins your body needs to function and just to be healthy overall. Look at this. So soft, so tender. So I'm just gonna chop some of this up. Wow, this is like so soft. It almost looks like brisket meat. You can pair this with some veggies if you wanna pair it with some broccoli, or if you wanna just do white rice. I'm boiling some potatoes, so this is definitely something that you can put in the crock pot and just cook. Let it cook for 8 hours straight. You can do it overnight if you like that way. That way, you know, it's just pick up and go. But I happen to do it during the day and I'm starving. I haven't ate, so. And this is how we're looking. Beautiful, nice and soft. Look at that meat. Now we're gonna go ahead and give it a try. It's pretty hot right now, but. Very soft and like buttery. That's all I can explain it. That flavor in the beef tomahawk is definitely a game changer. Now this is something good, like I said, you can pair up with a side, you can meal prep with this, you can put this into separate containers, but you don't have to do it, okay? If you just wanna enjoy a big, nice meal with the whole family, definitely cut up a tomahawk and throw it inside of a crock pot. It's just, it might need a little bit more extra salt, so when you're seasoning everything up, make sure you add plenty of salt. So I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy the rest of this meal. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If y'all haven't, check out my other videos. We're gonna be meal prepping like this in the future, so stay tuned and hit that subscribe button down below. All right, I'm gonna enjoy this meal. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.